after like leaving there day one, I was like, why is this not accessible? It works immediately. You feel it immediately. You can feel the difference in your body.
You don't know how to be ready until you get to that next stage. It's not like you said, like nobody can prepare you for what's coming next.
Or whatever the case may be that somebody has experienced, it's never going to be your experience.
Yeah.
And that experience with yourself is something that nobody can teach you.
And I was like, what the F am I supposed to do with all of this stuff?
As many hands that we can get this into, as many lives that we can help change in a better way, is you just hope that it's helping people. And that's all.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Better Than Before. My name is Yami, and I am so excited for today's guest. We have Nicole Funabashi Bertoni, and she is the founder of Bashi, a bold and unapologetic functional drink brand that's all about helping you feel calm, focused, and grounded with ingredients like kava, adaptogens, and nootropics. Before launching Bashi, Nicole was deep in the world of finance, but like so many of us, she hit a point where stress, anxiety, and the constant hustle had her looking for something more aligned with her wellness. A trip to Mexico introduced her to kava, and that moment planted the seed for what would eventually become Bashi, a brand that isn't just about what's in the can, but about challenging what wellness can look and feel like. She's shaking up the D2C space, building community, and creating something that's equal parts powerful and personal. Nicole, welcome to the podcast. I am so excited to have you.
Like in true Yami fashion, though, I'm going to cry right now after that introduction. Like, that was insane. I have chills and wow, I like could cry right now.
No. But before we get started, I'm going to open up my Bashi on camera. So I'm actually a consumer. I tried this. Well, we'll get into how we met and stuff, but let's do a little ASMR.
Ooh.
Oh, so good. Okay, so this is the peach mango. And okay, I have to take a sip. Give me a second. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, Nicole. So I briefly talked about Mexico and your time in finance, but you transitioned from your career in finance to founding Bashi. How did that happen? Give us a little bit of a rundown. What made you say, you know what, I'm out of this, like I need my own thing? Did you decide and then Mexico came, or did Mexico come while you were in finance?
Yeah, the latter. So I was in finance for a very long time, what it felt like a very long time. But I think like towards the end of my career, when I was like managing people and a part of certain companies that were not as fulfilling for me, I started thinking about all of the things that I wanted to accomplish in my own life versus like career being the lead of my life. And I never really categorized myself as an entrepreneur or thinking that I would ever be an entrepreneur. So once I think I realized that that was something I could do, I became obsessed with it. And it happened so slowly, but then very quickly. And I actually like tried to start a different type of company, still in the wellness space, but yeah, that may be like my second project one day. But that like it was very difficult to get off the ground. Not that Bashi hasn't been, but I was like, no, you know, maybe I just need to like wait and do this at a separate time. And then, you know, like 6 months later, I ended up in Mexico, and like there it was just like glaring in my face. And yeah, and then I just was like, okay, this is probably it, because I'm so passionate about it and I feel so drawn to it.
You actually haven't even said what you were drawn to. You didn't say the kava.
Oh, kava. Well, like, you know,
I love you so much.
Anyway, details, schmeetails, right?
Right.
I was going for a walk and saw this bar that is a wood bar that it was very opening and welcoming and felt calm and peaceful. And it was like immediately I was drawn to it. And that was probably my intuition leading me to kava. Because I sat down, obviously it ended up being a kava bar, and I talked to the girl who was working there. Shout out Pamela. And she talked me through everything on the menu. She talked me through like all of the ingredients that they're providing, why it's important, what the benefits are, where they came from. I mean, everything. And then I went back every single day. And after like leaving there day one, I was like, why is this not accessible? It
Right.
works immediately. You feel it immediately. You can feel the difference in your body. Um, it was so effective with all of the things that I had been struggling with, particularly in that moment and that year, that I was like, this
This
is
is
it
it.
for
Yeah.
me.
And so for somebody who doesn't know what kava is, can you give us a little bit of explanation? Because I'm still trying to figure that out. Like I listened to it and I'm like, oh, it's working great. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about it is it does work, right? So
Yeah.
like it's not just a marketing ploy, but
Right, 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 right.
kava is an herb from Indonesia and the Pacific Islands, like Fiji, Indonesia, all of them. And it actually was discovered way before alcohol, but
Oh, wow.
um, yeah, so it's been around for a very, very long time. And in their culture, it's very ceremonial, very celebration oriented. They use it to welcome their guests to the islands, and they use it for everything that has to do with their day to day. So an herb, it comes from a plant, and basically there's multiple different ways that you can actually ingest it, but some people eat the root.
Mm.
Um, but more commonly, you take the powder that stems from the root itself, that is the activating ingredient, which are called cavalactones, and they make a powder out of it. And basically what they do is like they knead the powder into like this bowl with coconut water or regular water or some type of other, water, milk, coconut water, whatever the case may be. And then they drink it right like that. So very intense,
I was gonna say,
very
does the actual okay,
earthy.
yeah. Okay.
It's respectfully not good. Um, it tastes disgusting.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's where it stems from. And again, like we really, as a brand, and bringing this forward into the U.S. in a different way than most do, want to keep that communal and welcoming and ceremonial aspect around it, where it's bringing you together with people and being at ease and feeling like you're part of a family or something larger. So I think that's really powerful to like not forget about the roots. And obviously,
Totally.
one of our taglines is a modern twist on ancient tradition. So,
Oh, love that. Yeah.
important to not forget where you came from.
Totally, totally. Yeah, that's great. And then okay, wait, can we talk about where the name came from? I just like
Yeah.
okay. I just like learning everything about the company or somebody's company, and I don't know. I told Nicole this. We haven't even actually said it, but we're doing a mastermind with Create and Cultivate the Blueprint Mastermind. And Nicole was one of the girls that were there. And we were sitting next to each other. And like when you meet somebody or like you're in like a new space and you have like all these women and even whatever, not women, but like, and you're just acting like at your absolute best. And you're like, I'm well behaved and hi, nice to meet you. Oh, you have a brand. That's awesome. Congratulations. Yada, yada. Lunch happens. I don't know what happened. And then now we're like BFFs and like, but this girl like is number one a powerhouse. She is just a light and joy. And when she was talking about Bashi, she was like lighting up. She gave us the drinks to try, and I mean, we were all obsessed from the get go. But I just think like the actual drink itself, it just feels like it's been an established drink for so long. And when I found out about the name, and you can go ahead and say it. The name of the drink is Bashi, and it came from
My last name,
which is
um,
Funabashi. I
Funabashi.
love it.
Yeah, we have some Asian spice in us
I
over
love it. I
here.
love it.
But also I think going back to the event quickly, like I think that like as well behaved as we were, I think there was also like a slight unhinged factor that you and I did low key, and that's probably why we became like immediately
Totally.
attached to the hip,
Totally.
because we were like, we're really well behaved. Not really. And then it kind of like all just fell apart from there, but in the most beautiful way.
Totally.
So thank God for that moment. And thank you, Create and Cultivate, for sitting us next to each other on
For
the first
sure.
day,
For
because
sure. Because it wouldn't have happened if it was otherwise.
I know. I would have never come to you at the dinner with my head in your lap and just been like, hi.
I totally forgot about that. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So sorry about the inside jokes, guys, but,
Yeah.
that's probably a moment that I'll never forget ever again.
I tree hugged your leg.
Literally, I do not know. Imagine I met this girl that day, right? Yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
met that
sure it was
day and we
earlier
had like a
that day.
dinner, and then I'm just talking to somebody else, and all of a sudden a woman is hugging my leg. I'm
A
sitting down,
grown
a
woman.
grown ass woman. And I'm like, "Sweetie, are you okay?" And that was the
So
beginning of this
funny.
friendship. And honestly,
Yeah,
we talk all the time now, which is crazy.
I know.
But
I
anyway,
love
which is
that for
blessing
us.
because like it's lonely. Being a founder is lonely, and having friendships that you're in the same space, not necessarily the same space, but like the founder space because we're doing totally different things. But okay, back to you and your journey. So when did you start Bashi, and when did all of this like come to life?
So I started Bashi. The idea happened in Tulum, fresh off the back of leaving that kava bar, and that was probably, I want to say that was January 2022.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, and it took a year and a half for us to launch. And I left my daytime job probably 3 months before we launched.
Oh wow. Okay, so you were doing it hand in hand, like tandem. That's probably
Yeah, for
smart.
a very
Yeah.
long time. And to be honest, like I should have done it probably longer, but like in hindsight, it's always
Yeah.
50-50.
Right.
But yeah, it just felt, I strategically exited in a way that was like beneficial for me. And I knew that it was, my time was getting very precious and
Totally.
I wanted to be able to focus on this 100%. And I also knew that there was so much happening in my other role that was taking up so much space in my body and my
Right.
mind from a negative perspective that like I really needed to like unleash that and like let it go in order to like catapult forward with Bashi. So
Yeah.
um it took a very long time, and then still, infancy stages a year and a half later after launching, or almost 2 years
Yeah.
later. So yeah, this shit is no joke.
No, no, no. But I was gonna say a year and a half sounds like a not a, I don't want to discredit your length, but like it feels like to get something up and running, especially a drink where you have to like go through so many different formulations. That's amazing. You should like don't discredit yourself. It wasn't like a long time, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a decade ago
Totally.
for sure. Um, but listen, like things take time, and I think that that's one thing that I've really realized. Like the amount of time that goes into things to make them real
Yeah.
and tangible,
We're just so
it's
used to like social
insane.
media now and like getting everything really quick and ChatGPT and this and that and people forget that like from concept to inception, it's like or inception to concept. No, is that right? 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 Concept to inception. Is that right? You know what I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
get what
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
time and it takes. I mean, do you have a team?
Um, Me and my husband,
Love it.
and we have a part-time social media manager. But
Yeah.
like
So we're
for
on the
for
same
a
boat.
while,
Yeah.
yeah, and even so, like it took, me and my husband weren't married at the time when we started working together, and he started working on Bashi, and it took me so long to convince him to leave his other job to do Bashi full
Wait. So
time.
he left
And
too,
yeah, like it kind of happened that
organically.
like
Like,
his company in Australia at the time was like very toxic, so it like
got
worked
it.
out. And then there was really like nothing, like he didn't want to do anything other than Bashi, and he was working on Bashi at night and on the weekends and all of these things, so it kind of just like made sense
Yeah.
timing
Totally.
wise. um but yeah, for a while it was like I was just a lone ranger. And I mean, we still have very different lanes in the business, which like number one helps us from a professional
For
perspective, but
sure.
also personal. Like working with your husband is no joke, as
Not at
you
all.
know. I mean,
Not at
we
all.
could talk about this
Not
forever.
at all. Love you, Taz. You are editing this, but
I love you, Taz, too. But um and Alex,
Yeah, right.
obviously.
But what's really
But
cool about
yeah.
Alex is that, he designed the cans, right?
Mhm.
I think it looks so cool. And with the cans, you have okay, so it's perk the F up, right? And then what's the
Yes.
other one?
Chill the F
Chill
out.
the F out. Okay, so what made you go with that kind of branding? Like I feel like it's very like I think I know your answer, but go ahead and you answer.
Okay. And I'm just going to take it a step back quickly because, like, a fun story about Alex is like in the beginning when we weren't even working together, I knew that he was a graphic designer. And I was just like, can you just look at some of these ideas that I have from like this guy that I was paying, by the way, like a substantial
I can't
amount
even
of
imagine.
cash? Like
Yeah, totally.
my next meeting, I'm like, whatever. And he's like, sure. And then he calls me back and is like, this should go in the trash,
Ah!
honestly. Like, this isn't really you. And I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah,
like,
you're
I
like, "Don't tell me
hurt you
that."
right
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're,
Yeah.
like, mad at him and not, like, the guy that did, like, garbage work.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, honestly, like, this just doesn't represent like who you are. It doesn't really like speak to you. This also has nothing to do with like you personally. Like, I don't really think that like this is the direction you should go. And I was like, well, number one,
No.
F you. And number two, like, I'll call you back
Right.
tomorrow.
You're like, "I don't have time for this." Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, you want to know something? No, like, if you think that there's so much more room for improvement, like, show me what you got.
Put your
And
money where your
he
mouth
did.
is.
And yeah.
Wait, okay,
So
I
anyway,
need to
that
see
was,
the old ones. Do you still have them? I wanna see.
I have all of the concepts that we were working for before Bashi. I also have our original Bashi that is different from this Bashi,
Like, the
slightly.
formulation?
It was no, the branding. Like, we
Oh,
were gonna
okay.
go down a completely different path. And then like 6 months after working on Bashi together, I was like, actually, I like this one better. And we switched. So it's been like an ongoing thing
Yeah.
of, expanding and
Yeah.
changing or whatever. But this we've stuck to, and this is our jam.
No, I
So,
think this is so beautiful.
thank you.
It's so
But
beautiful.
that's a fun story about that. I think that I would have had a completely different name, let alone
Wait, did he decide
brand.
on the name?
Yes.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah. My man needs, like, stock. Like, he need
He's married
I
to the
know,
stock.
I know, I know. I'm just kidding. He's married to
No,
the
but
stock. I love that.
he, like, absolutely, I think that, listen, like, as a founder, you can understand, and I think that, like, I'm sure you toggle with this behind the scenes, like, often or not, I don't know. We've never had this conversation, but like in the beginning, I really like didn't want long-term direct association
Right.
to a brand, because guess what? Like, my goal is to sell or to not sell. Like, I don't
You
know
don't
that right
know,
now,
right,
but like, one day we sell this to somebody and they change the entire thing and are still using a Bashi name. Like, that is a forever,
right.
um, that's on me.
Yeah.
And so I struggled with that for a while, but then I was just like, whatever, let's just move on from this. Like, you can get over it, Nicole. And so there, here we
That's
are.
so but hey, you never know, it becomes like a family thing and, you never know. But also I think that even if you end up selling and, stepping away, I feel like Bashi is far enough from Funabashi that it like you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the day that I changed my name to my married name. Like, that's the
Literally.
day I'll do it. You know,
I'm so dead. Only took you 20 years. Well,
lose the hyphen.
literally.
And now I'm a Bertoni
That's
and nobody
so
questioned me.
that
Thanks.
that is so funny. Okay, so then what do you think was the hardest part of this whole thing, like the whole process? And we know like starting a business is hard, like anybody, like being a founder is hard. But what would you say is like the most difficult part that you were like, you know what, this is not it. I want to quit. I'm done.
Um, I think there's a couple things. I think that one, the journey that you go on with yourself,
Mm,
becoming an entrepreneur and then continuing to be an entrepreneur through all the different stages of your business is something that nobody can experience but you.
right.
So while you're looking for validation that you're not alone and people have gone through this before and you're, you know, they've experienced something similar to you and you don't know what to do next, or you don't know how to get to the next stage, or whatever the case may be that somebody has experienced, it's never going to be your experience.
Yeah,
And that experience with yourself is something that nobody can teach you.
totally.
And
That's
I think that, go ahead,
no,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I just think that is something that like not many people talk about. Like,
Yeah.
I have learned so much about CPG. I knew nothing coming
What's
into it.
CPG if
Absolute
somebody doesn't know what it is?
consumer product goods. And coming from finance, like the world was completely new to me. It is shocking how much your brain can expand on something that you're starting and
Yeah.
learning. I'm like, I didn't know I had that much space in my brain for extra information. But here we are. But second to all of that, actually, and more importantly, alongside of all of that, the what you're learning about yourself
Yeah.
is something that is crazy.
No, it's insane. And because you think you are this person when you're at, I mean, and I haven't been in corporate in a really long time, so I could be talking a whole bunch of crap right now. But you think you're this person and then you go out and you decide to build something and then you have to like it's that cliche that you like you start your own business so you can make your own hours and then you start your own business and you're like working more than ever, right? And it's because you have
Mhm.
to like there are days that I don't want to do anything and you have to like take it out of the depths of your soul just to like do the one thing that needs to get done. So I totally relate to that. And but let's talk about where people can find Bashi right now. I know you sell them on your website, right? And then where
We
else?
do. We are expanding currently into retail, so
Which
bear
is
with us.
insane to me. What do you mean? Like, that's insane to me. I feel like you're moving so fast. I'm like, chill. You're a brand new brand. Give me some time to catch up
No, girl, we
to
are
the moon.
infant, but we are, yeah, we're moving and grooving. And also, like, I totally understand. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. I'm like not ready for the next stage. It's going to be crazy. But also, we've been preparing for this, and
Right.
we're so ready.
And I think also
Um,
like you don't know how to be ready until you get to that next stage. It's not like you said, like nobody can prepare you for what's coming next because everyone's experience is so different. And it's so true. Like I just had that realization. Like sometimes we're like, oh, we're not ready, we're not ready, we're not ready, but we're not going to be ready until we get to that spot, regardless of where. You does that make sense?
yeah, like if I would have been doing the things that I'm doing like today, a year ago, I would have been a completely different person.
Totally.
And I wouldn't, to your point, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have had the perspective. And small perspective shifts happen all the time, every day. So, like, that just continues to grow and grow and grow. And, like, the snowball effect of that makes you obviously end up to be who you're going to be. But, like, that ever evolving founder syndrome and person is so different from who I was a year ago. Like I would
Yeah.
have never been able to have the days that I'm having now.
Yeah.
Um, so you have to, that's another thing that I think like to go off on a tangent completely, but like people, I think coming into the entrepreneurial world really don't allow themselves the time
Yeah.
and 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 to be able to build something that takes time. I know we talked about time a little bit previously, but like nothing happens overnight
Yeah.
and nothing happens in a year. Like, so you could feel like so many things happen in a year by also feeling like nothing happened in a year. And really, really good things take time.
Yeah.
And you can't be rushed and be against like constantly creating friction with your own time limit just because you want more every day.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for founders everywhere because, and we mentioned this earlier, we see social media and someone's launching this and someone's launching this. And it's always like we see something and we're like, oh, but they just launched that. But we don't know the time it took them. Maybe it took them a year, maybe it took them 10 years. We don't know. And so we're just comparing ourselves to what we're seeing then and there. And then our egos are like, oh, why can't I work that fast? Why can't I produce something that quickly? And so I think that's a really good reminder that things do take time and we have to have those blinders on because if not, like we are just going to get lost in the sauce. Like we're going to, for speaking from experience, like I'll see something like, oh, maybe I should do that, or maybe I should do that, or maybe I should do that. And then you just lose track and you lose focus of what you want to do and your why. And that you just take steps back.
Yeah, absolutely. And also like Instagram is the best thing for both of our businesses,
But
but
also
from
the
a
worst.
personal perspective, yeah, I'm like throw this app in the trash. Like the amount of times that I've left Instagram after going on a rabbit hole and been like, I'm unworthy. I'm not accomplishing
Totally.
anything. I'm never going to be successful. I'm not going to do this. Like this brand is so much far ahead of us. They're doing this that we can't do. It is,
No, it's the
you have
worst.
to reel it
You
in.
have to
Yeah.
totally, we
Like,
have to set boundaries because I mean, I struggle with the same thing. Like I'll see people that are in my same industry, the activewear, now that the activewear is kind of like on a halt, I'm like, why did I give up? Or why is she sleeping? Or like, why? And it is, and I mean, it's a quote for a reason. Comparison is a thief of joy. Like I could be feeling like on top of the world. I log on to Instagram and I'm like, well, I'm shit.
yeah. Literally,
Oh, but no.
literally.
Yeah, no,
It happens that quick.
totally. Like literally, I opened the app one time and I'm like, well,
Yeah, why did I even come on here? I'm
why?
like, oh,
What?
you were going to go to Bashi's business
Yeah.
Instagram and like you got sidetracked for 4 hours. And here we are now feeling like you need to go into a hole for another
Somebody
2 weeks.
just sold for
Yeah, I
$50
mean,
billion. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, literally. I mean, it happens every single day. Like it's there's and to your point, like even about blinders and like remembering the things that you wanted to do versus what everybody else is doing is so important too because yes, like overall marketing strategies and social strategies are important, but the thing that's going to make your strategy different is you.
Yeah.
And like you have to remember that, especially you. I mean, you're big time. So like I don't know. I don't know
Ah,
how you do it, but yeah. Yeah,
you're
big
sweet.
time.
I paid her to say that, guys. Paid her. Okay, so what's in the future for Bashi? Like what are we looking forward to? I know you're at a festival right now, right?
We are.
She was
We are
dancing.
at a festival. We are sponsoring Topeka Live throughout the rest of the year as well. Topeka
Oh,
Live is
amazing.
in Miramar Beach. Bashi has a booth and we are selling Bashi. We are selling Bashi, Bashi, Bashi.
Bashi?
Come to Miramar.
This will actually go up next week. So it'll be great. Like if anybody's
End of September through November, we are going to be here every single weekend. And honestly, it's the
that's
most chill, fun.
crazy.
It's so cool. And this
Wait,
place is
are
gorgeous.
you gonna be there every weekend? No.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Wow. So you're flying in and out
Yeah.
every weekend.
No, no, no.
Oh.
No. We're gonna be staying down here for like 2 months
Oh,
in the
nice.
fall.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then you're also gonna be at Create and Cultivate, right? The festival.
We're gonna be at Create and Cultivate in July. We'll be in LA in July. And we will be
In
in San
Target
Diego
soon,
in
hopefully.
August. What?
I said in Target soon, hopefully. Manifesting.
Oh,
Like if anybody's a Target buyer out there, let us know.
holla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
I
cut you
like
off.
that
You're gonna be
whisper.
where?
Can you do that again?
What did I say?
Coming to Targets.
Coming to Target near you.
Yeah, if anybody's a buyer for anything and wants Bashi, like just say the word.
The word.
Nobody. No, but for real. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait,
And
you
then
said wait, I
hopefully
cut you
another
off.
AZ trip.
You said did you say San Diego? Did I make that up?
We're going to San Diego in August.
For what?
Well, we are just going to start like tapping into
Oh,
the
cool.
industry people, places, and things in LA and San Diego.
Got
So if you
it.
have suggestions where you want Bashi to be, send them my way.
I feel like it should be an
We
Air
are,
One.
I know.
Like it needs to be an Air One. Is that how you say
So
it?
funny
Air One?
story. I went to, yeah. I went to go fill out an application to apply for Air One. And I got halfway through it, and then they were like, okay, what's the UPCs? UPCs, by the way, well, I can't show you because they're not on our cans.
Oh,
Um,
stop right now.
yeah,
So you
yep.
couldn't get in because you don't
So
have a UPC.
the
The
barcode
barcode.
that
Yeah.
everybody scans for retail to check you out. We just ran a production run of a lot of cans, and I realized applying to Air One that we don't have UPC
I
codes
am
on our
so
cans.
dead.
Yep. That was fun. That was really fun.
Can you get stickers?
Yeah, we're going to do something like that. But also
Okay.
it hasn't been like too much of a problem except for Air One. So Air One, holla at
Get
me
the
because
UPCs and then you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be golden. So you are
yeah.
not in any
So
retail spaces right now.
we are in independent stores. So like throughout different states,
Got it.
we're in like sober bars or
Oh, cool.
non-alcoholic liquor like stores, not liquor stores, non-alcoholic shops.
Yeah.
We are in some vape stores, some smoke shops,
Okay.
and we are in pop-up grocer in New York City.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit. We're sprinkling. We're
Yeah.
sprinkling.
No, I wanted to say that
And
because I think it's gonna be really cool when you look back on this podcast in let's just say a year and you're like literally everywhere. Like it's gonna happen. It's just about finding the people that are gonna be like, "Yep, this is what we want." You know,
yeah,
all you
yeah,
got to do is get your
absolutely.
UPC code to put them on the account.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
so sorry.
first
That
things first.
I'm laughing. It's not funny, but
No,
I'm
it's fine.
laughing
Listen, these are the
because
things. This
these
is
are
what
the things that
happens.
happens.
Like
Yeah,
it's it is so diabolical to be a founder and forget something like
I
that.
know. I
But
know.
you meet people that are like, we've fucked up on packaging.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I
No, it's
curse?
fine. It's fine.
That we messed up on packaging, and like this will not be the
No,
first. I
and
mean,
it
this
yeah,
this might be the first, but it will not be the last. So I'm
totally.
just like,
Yeah. No, it's fine. It just means
it's
it
fine.
wasn't
It's
happening. Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's not rehash the situation. Not me like putting like what gas in the fire. Like, tell me more about that drama. Like
Let's talk about it.
no, you
No,
have to
but
laugh.
anyway,
Like I get it
what?
because you have to laugh because my first launch with Lavavi, I wanted to do a high neck, like kind of scoops in a little bit. I approved
Mm.
it. They the order that they sent me was like too much. And so the shirt only worked if you number one had a flat chest, like smaller boobies, or if you had implants. Because if not, like your boobs are coming out. And I was like, what the F am I supposed to do with all of this stuff? And it wasn't even like my fault, quote unquote, because I confirmed a sample and they went and reverted back to oh my God, it was insane. That's why I'm laughing because I feel like every founder will go through something at some point. So like it is what it is. I mean, I think it looks great without the barcode.
It's a lot more aesthetically
A
pleasing without the
thousand percent.
barcode, I'll tell you that. But like truly, like that's the type of stuff that like when you're working with a product and other people who are in control of
Yeah.
certain things and aspects of the supply chain, if you will, and how quickly
Yeah.
something like that can happen. I
Yeah.
mean, it'd be perfect for me. So if you have any more, please
No,
send them my
we
way.
did sell out because we were able to like make it work, but it's just
I mean,
crazy
that's a
how like
beautiful
yeah,
thing.
totally. It's crazy how like, what you think could be a problem ends up being like not like the hit, but like we get it figured out, right? And so at the end of the day, you remember that it's not that serious. We are not performing brain surgery over here. We are not like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it ends up being fine. But okay, last couple questions. What is your like vision for Bashi in the future?
Just like global takeover. No.
Just no big deal.
Listen, I think that like my purpose through this, and obviously it's through the vehicle of a drink,
Yeah.
or whatever we decide to do and expand into different categories next, but is to help people with anxiety and stress,
Yeah.
and whatever type of relief that I can give them through this type of beverage, or again, like whatever the delivery is
Yeah.
of it, is what my goal is. So everybody has anxiety for the most part. Um, and I am somebody who can relate to people who have struggled with it for a very long time and in different areas of their
Yeah.
life, and want all natural support. And that's why I'm doing it. So like when I say that, I mean it, but I mean it in a way to like help people live better lives
Mm,
and laugh about it, right?
yeah.
Like instead of feeling so heavy. So
Totally.
I think that as many hands that we can get this into, as many lives that we can help change in a better way, is for me a success.
Yeah.
And whatever number that is, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Like you just hope that it's helping people,
Totally.
and that's all.
Well, it's helping me. So thank you. Okay. And my last question for you, what is one piece of advice that you want to give or that you've been given that has made you better than before?
Don't limit yourself to anything that any other opinion, or that you've heard from somebody, or that you feel in a certain period of time. Like the world is your oyster. Like you
Mm,
can do anything that you set your mind to. And
literally,
I
yeah.
wish that I would have believed that earlier. Um,
Oh my gosh,
but
that's so good because I think about that all the time. I think about like I really wish I believed in myself back then because then I would be like so much further, right? But that's so like well, yes, I do agree with that. I also agree that like no, things are happening the way they're supposed to happen and maybe it took this much like this time for us to believe in ourselves because we needed to do it right now. And it's just sorry, you reminded me of that and how, like, we're always wishing of, like, "Oh, I wish I started 10 years ago," or but sometimes I feel like, no, things are happening the way they need to be happening, and we should, like, be content in that, you know what I mean?
no, I think like to your point, it's not necessarily so much about thinking like, oh, I wish that I could speed things up, or not enjoy things in the present, or not know that things come at the right time for me. More just the fact that the belief in your own self
Yeah.
is something that we would have
Yeah.
benefited from
1,000%.
earlier, right?
1,000%. Yeah.
And like that's just us knowing our own strength and believing in who we are, and not what everybody else tells us we are.
Yeah.
And I think that I had one more other point on that, because this is actually very important, but I forgot it, so that's fun.
We can take a second. Also,
You said something.
I obviously know what you look like on a day to day, but you look so beautiful. It's insane. I'm like, I can't like actually focus. Like your
Oh,
eyes
well,
are
hello.
so hello.
Hello, I love you.
No, but your eyes are
It's so
like
nice.
crystal blue and I'm like, what did this girl do? Like, I don't know. You're
Just
you're
just drank Bashi,
you're
babe.
killing
This
it.
is
Okay, do you remember your last point?
No, I didn't, but I did put on some lipstick for your followers so that I didn't look like an actual trash bag, because I felt like, Nicole, like you don't have to like show up every day behind the camera, but like at some point you got to give people a little bit more, and like just like actually,
I'm gonna keep this in the podcast. I hope you know
that's fine.
that.
Lipstick for you guys.
Okay, one last thing
Um,
before we go. Where can everybody find you and Bashi?
wait, why is this over?
Oh,
Why
we
is
can
this
keep
over? I
going.
thought
We
we were
can keep
gonna,
going. What do you want to
yeah,
talk about?
let's
Let's
keep
go.
going. Do you have time? I don't want to be
We've been
done.
talking for 40 minutes.
Oh,
We
I
can
mean,
keep
it felt like
going.
5.
I'm done. Huh? What?
I said it felt like 5.
Okay, let's keep going. What do we want to talk about? Tell me more.
No, like when I tell you that I've been on back-to-back calls since 9 o'clock this morning, I'm not kidding. And I actually fibbed to somebody and had to end the call early because I was like, I only have a half hour. And I literally like had to pee. Okay. And so sue me. But like this type of conversation just like brings me to life.
She's back, baby. She's back.
I'm back. And it's so late in the day and I still have so
What
much to
time
do.
is
So
it?
thank
2,
God.
3, 4, 5. It's 5 o'clock over there?
4. Thank
Oh,
God.
okay. That's so funny. No. Which also I think is a good point. Like, if you're a founder, you're doing like everything all the time and you don't have a minute to yourself. So like I mean, this is the
No,
life.
can we clap for all the moms out there that are entrepreneurs too, specifically the one I'm sitting in front of, because I don't know how you do it. I truly, like, my husband and I talk about it all the time. Like, Bashi is our baby right now, and there will be
Yeah.
no other babies yet.
Yet.
And it's just like, I cannot.
No, it's a lot.
I, like my utmost respect goes out to my moms who are entrepreneurs and stay-at-home moms. Anybody who's a mother, God
Y-
bless
Yes.
you.
No, for sure. For sure. Childcare helps. But
Yeah.
also well, yes, like childcare helps, but like part of me is like, I don't want her in childcare. Like I want her here, but I can't because I'm trying to provide. It's like effed up. Like because it's like a lose-lose situation. Actually, no, maybe not a lose-lose situation because we are building something and she's learning and stuff. But like the mom in me is like in a perfect world, she's with me 24/7, but I'm also building this 24/7. So it's like I can't do both. And it's more so like understanding that maybe this is a season in my life that this has to happen. But then I think like, but I'm losing this season of her. Oh my God. I can go on for hour about this and because it's just so like,
It's Yeah, I can imagine that it's like a daily struggle and not daily, probably like hourly.
yeah.
But listen, I think like she's in good hands. Like you
Yeah.
trust the people that she's with. To your point, she's getting acclimated socially around kids and she's doing all these amazing things for her. And then she gets to come home and you're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing too.
Totally.
And, she gets the best of both worlds. And so do you, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Like, that she's seeing hard work and like the work ethic that you have and your husband and what you're showing her. And that's
Yeah.
something that she will remember forever. Mommy's working and then mommy has you time.
Totally. Yeah. And that's great. It's been helpful because now, like, when she's home, like, I am not working. It's just like, we're not going to work because when she wasn't in childcare, it was like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. You're going to see me working, but I'm on my phone, but you're seeing me on my phone and you think I'm ignoring you, but I'm not, So it is helpful because I'm able to have those boundaries in place. And when she is here and we're just us, it's just us and there's nothing else that's coming between us. But,
That's incredible.
thank you.
You're an incredible mom and business owner
Thank you.
and you do all the things. And I don't know how, honestly, watching it makes me exhausted, but yeah, like that's
Well, Bashi helps. Drink Bashi.
plug.
Well, I do want to end on one thing.
Okay.
And then we can keep talking offline. But
Okay.
we can't say much yet. However, really exciting things coming from Bashi and I was gonna say Yami because it kind of rhymed, but Yami or Bashi and Fit Club. Ah,
Yeah, we
ah.
are we are cooking up something good for your community and my community, our community, and it's going to
It's
be
gonna be so fun.
awesome.
It's gonna be
So
so fun.
yeah,
So stay tuned for that. But again, where can everybody find you and Bashi?
at Drink Bashi on Instagram, it's drinkbashi.com, and I will give all of your followers a beautiful code.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, Yami20 for
Perfect.
20% off your first purchase. Go out
Amazing.
there and get it. If you don't like it, just let me know and like we can figure something out. But yeah, if you're having trouble with stress, anxiety, focus, sleep, anything that has to do with any of those things, I'm also in our DMs. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to like walk you through anything that you need explaining around. Otherwise, yeah, it's like a party in your mouth.
It
So
really
just
is.
go have
It
fun.
really is. I will say the focus thing does work. Like, I remember having it and I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, "What? That felt like a really good day. Like, what did I do differently?" And I was like, "Holy moly, what's that Bashi?" So,
That's exactly what I say though. Like, not to be crazy, but it's not, it's like a very chill effect where you're almost like,
like, you
why
don't
did
even
I
realize it's
exactly
happening.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
But
you
it's
don't
so
feel it, like,
effective
in the
that like you do.
yes, but I'm
It's
saying, like
weird.
yes, I'm saying, like, you don't feel like it's not like a caffeine boost where you're like, "Oh, there it is." It's almost just like you're just, like, chilling, and then at the end of the day, you're like, "Wait a minute. That was great."
Great day.
Yeah, great
Great
day.
day.
Thank you
Add
so
it to the great
much.
day bucket.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nicole. I will leave all of her links down below. Again, you could use code YAMI20 for 20% off. And if you have any questions about it and you don't want to ask her, you could always ask me and I will give it to you. I will give you the tea. But I love it. I use it and I swear by it and by Nicole. So thank you so much, Nicole. And we will see you in the next one.
I
Bye.
love you guys. Bye.